ear-splitting noise shook the blue rat from unconsciousness. Remy sat up in a hurry, temporarily forgetting where he was and what was happening. Man, his head hurt. He looked about and found that he was in the middle of a street. Around him was the French cityscape he called home, but clouds of dust obscured much of his surroundings. His unusually sensitive nose quickly sorted through the scents of his environment. He smelled fire. He smelled rubble. He smelled strange chemical reactions unlike anything to ever meet his nose. Wait, he remembered sensing similar chemical odors before this. They came from a familiar rodent. A girl. Where was she? He had to find her. That noise almost caused him to jump out of his skin. What was it? An explosion? Remy looked for the source of the sound and saw two titans clashing. One, a mammoth of a man in a scarlet suit, with a stylized eye on his chest. The other, a massive machine in red armor. Mr. Incredible, Baymax. The juggernauts fought with fists like thunder. Every time they hammered a hit, the resulting shockwave was nothing short of an explosion. At the side of his eye, Remy caught a flash of white and a blast of flame. He darted out of the way as streams of frost and fire collided where he sat. His tail felt the chill and heat of the competing forces. That was way too close. The creators of the blasts stood silhouetted in the mist and smoke they had birthed. A teen in a kaiju costume and a man in a blue and white supersuit. Remy scampered through the street, following the enchanting scent of the rodent he sought to find. Around him, two figures blurred as they fought with frenetic speed, nearly crushing him. He couldn't quite make them out, but his ears caught bits of their banter.
Ha! Missed me, Go-Go! We'll see about that, Incrediboy. Stop calling me that!
On the periphery of his vision, Remy glimpsed laser-induced plasma clashing with force fields. The only thing missing from this scene was an elastic woman and a girl with a chemical lab for a purse. He didn't bother giving them thought. In fact, he tried to ignore them all. He only had one concern, and soon that concern was in sight ahead of him, amid the clouds of dust. With raspberry fur, she held her head in shock as she witnessed the destruction around her.
This is all my fault,
she muttered, almost whimpered. Then, a four-legged form sprang out of nowhere, snatched her up, and galloped into an alley.
No!
Shouted Remy.
Hey, Remy here. Yeah, I know that was all pretty crazy. We should backtrack to the beginning. That'll shed some light on how these big heroes wound up clashing in this incredible battle. I'm sure you remember me because we've all watched Ratatouille, right? Well, if you haven't, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm just kidding. Still, it is a pretty good movie, so you got to watch it if you have not. Man, I'm starting to sound like Zach Scott now. Anyway, that's a different subject. Moving on. If you know anything about me, you know that I love to cook. Finally managed to score a job at Gusto's restaurant too. My career had a bit of a hiccup though when Gusto's got shut down due to the discovery of a quote-unquote rat infestation. Namely myself and my hard-working kinsmen. My human friend Linguini and I started our own restaurant, La Ratatouille, and somehow managed to pull a few strings so that I and my rodent brethren could legally work in the food industry. We became the talk of the town. Everybody couldn't get enough of La Ratatouille. As business boomed, we upgraded our facilities until our humble restaurant was right up there with the greatest, grandest establishments in all of Paris. I'm still waiting for someone to pinch me and tell me it's all just a dream. I was pretty sure my adventures were over, and life couldn't get any more crazy and exciting. Until I met this girl.